I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Kubal. Here's your Local 5 weather impact forecast. Humidity levels ultimately dropping by the end of this week, and in fact slashed by Saturday night going into Sunday. A more comfortable setup is ahead, and our coolest temperatures we've seen in months are on the docket. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're expecting for tomorrow. Temperatures a little bit reduced into the low and mid 80s across central Iowa. Much like we've seen in recent afternoons, a few clouds will pop up, but with that air trending a little bit drier, it will be a little bit more comfortable. We do have a northeasterly flow off an area of high pressure up towards the Boundary Waters area of Minnesota, keeping those skies clear. Not much for rainfall as we move through the next 7 days. We're lacking really anything significant. Our next best chance is coming our way late Friday, going into the overnight. Here's Futurecast. Tonight, temperatures dropping back into the upper end of the 60s, looking at a comfortable Thursday afternoon with those highs bouncing back into the low to mid 80s. It will trend slightly warmer on Friday, and we will have a couple of those bubbling showers and thunderstorms to watch. This is a cold front that is going to be sinking through. A little bit more vigor to the action as we go Friday evening into the overnight. But even still, there's going to be places that miss out on rainfall. We're not expecting severe weather with this feature, but it is a powerful front when it comes down to the temperatures. Now, we will see those readings slashed as we go into Saturday and Sunday. Those highs only reaching up into the 70s, 60s, hunkering down into northern Iowa, and into Monday morning. We're taking those temperatures well back in the 50s with some 40s sprinkled into northern Iowa, keeping things cool for a decent stretch entering next week. In fact, 50s was something we haven't seen since June 10th, 71 days ago. In fact, I dug into the record book. There's only 2 longer such stretches going without seeing a temperature colder than 60 degrees for Des Moines. And this record book goes back to 1878. Those 2 stretches were in 1983 and 2010. Tonight, 68 degrees is the expected forecast, 83 the bounce back on Thursday. Hitting those temperatures into the low to mid 80s across central Iowa. A little bit more comfortable with some slightly decreased dew points, but ultimately we'll see that refreshing air mass materialize more so into the weekend. Slight boost to those temperatures on Friday, but ultimately we're looking at those cooler temperatures pushing back in here in the long haul. Here's a look at that extended outlook, and you see that big drop apparent end of the weekend into early next week. Highs confined to the low 70s, and there's going to be some in the northern half of the state that fail to even make the 70s. A refreshing air mass and early taste of fall. We'll call it false fall at this point. We'll bounce back a little bit by the end of next week. No major rains on the docket, with our best chance and only chance really coming in on late Friday.